As I promised you right here, TRAXXfm sounds coming at you from UB40. Just heard it. That was Reasons. By the way, from all of us here at RTM TRAXXfm, wishing for those of you celebrating Thai Pusam, happy Thai Pusam, happy holidays. And if you happen to be commuting on the roads, stay safe wherever you are. And remember, on the highways, do not compromise on those braking distance. Have the safe distance between your vehicle and the one in front of you. But nevertheless, a very special interview that we bring you today on a public holiday, which is Safer Internet Day 2025. This is the Malaysian edition, and we have our guests here in the studio with us. We'll be talking to Roshaimi bin Abdullah, who is the Chief Technology Officer of CyberSecurity Malaysia. Now, just to give you a little heads up about the Safer Internet Day, which is 2025, celebrated around the world, but this is the Malaysian edition. Now, Safer Internet Day, it's a global celebration introduced by the European Union. It's actually an initiative by the European Union, Brussels, Belgium in 2004. Now, it says here that Safer Internet Day, in short, its SID platform, is an annual celebration for promoting safer use of the internet, and the other would be fostering and increasing awareness of cybersecurity, especially among internet users, so that they become more responsible when using technology that includes digital devices such as your smartphone, your mobile phones, or probably your tablets and so on. So just to let you know that SID is celebrated annually on the second day, the second week and second month, which is February, of course. And more than it happens in more than 200 countries around the world. Now, this year, the global theme, which is Safer Internet Day celebration, will be celebrated on February 11th, which is today, definitely. And with the theme, Together for a Better Internet. Now, for more information and details, probably you would like to know more about Safer Internet Day. Well, you could log on to the official webpage. And remember, make sure it is the official webpage. Well, it is www.cybersecurity.my. Once again, www.cybersecurity.my. So get all your info, all your details. Safer Internet Day 2025, the Malaysian edition, and celebrated today, February 11th. Now, talking to our guests in the studios, yes, it's so nice to have it's so nice to have you here, Wan. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you for inviting CyberSecurity Malaysia to TRAXXfm. Experience excitement.
Well, I think, Wan, you are experiencing the excitement. I think you had a very busy morning, didn't you?
I had this morning. I just had session with the
TV?
Selamat Pagi Malaysia.
Wow. Yeah. So you are on Selamat Pagi Malaysia and now over here on radio.
Yeah, we're also talking about Safer Internet Day this morning as well.
Okay, on TV that was, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so without further ado, Wan, could you just tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive into our questions here?
Okay, so I'm at the moment working in CyberSecurity Malaysia. I'm the Chief Technology Officer, and I've been around in this field for more than 25 years, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been in the government agencies, in the corporate, and doing a bit of consultancy, but most of the time it's all about cybersecurity.
Okay. Yeah. Well, many of us probably would not really understand how important cybersecurity is, especially when you have commercial crime like loan scams, love scams, so on and so forth, and it goes on. It goes on. So talking to Wan today, and we are diving into our question now. SID, as I said earlier on, it is the theme, which is Safer Internet Day, and Wan, just give us a brief highlight on what is Safer Internet Day.
Okay, so basically, Safer Internet Day is, as mentioned before, is an initiative by European countries starting back in 2004.
Right.
And then it actually started with the idea to promote the online safety, also called internet safety. And then in Malaysia, we've been doing this since 2010. And every year we had different teams on how we should be promoting the awareness among the public on how safe that how safe we need to use the internet so that we don't become a victim or prey to any of these internet issues, things like that.
Okay. Yeah. So there are so many types of crimes when you talk about
it is. That's correct.
Right. Okay.
I can, yeah.
Yeah. What are the objectives of the Safer Internet Day celebration?
Okay, so there are a number of objectives. One of the most important thing is that we want to foster and raise awareness of all the digital citizens on the importance of ethical and responsible use. I think the key word there is the ethical and responsible use, because these are the two words that is very deep in meaning, and we have been missing how to be more ethical when we're using the internet.
Right.
So that's one of the objectives. The other one is that we also want to build a culture of a positive culture in using the internet, in using the digital media and things like that.
Right.
And above all, we want to increase the awareness for all citizens of Malaysia. Go back to the idea of how can we use the internet, safely, trusted, and then ethically.
Okay, and also being responsible, whatever we do, wherever we go,
Exactly.
whichever sites, right?
Exactly. Because just like we are in the normal days, I mean, like not in the medias, in the social media, not in the digital world,
Right.
we have to be very responsible when we go out, step out from our home, for example, right? We have rules and we have ways how we do things. You follow your first step, and then you take your car, and then you be on the traffic like this morning, heavy traffic, for example, and how to use the roads ethically.
Ethically, yes.
Right, and then responsibly as well.
Yeah.
And the same concept must be there when you are surfing the internet, when you're using the internet.
Yes.
It has to be, ethically and also responsibly.
Yes, it's a very big world. It's a very different world, I should say, the cyber world. Okay, when is Safer Internet Day first celebrated in Malaysia?
Okay, we started back in 2010. So it's like maybe 15 years back.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
And every year, as mentioned, every year we have a different teams on how what the team we want to carry and create awareness to all the Malaysians. And this is an initiative that is headed by CyberSecurity Malaysia, spearheaded by us.
All right.
And then we work with various agencies and partners. We work with government agencies, the industry players. We work with the NGOs. We work with the academics as well. We work with schools, universities, as part of promoting a safer and responsible use of the internet.
Understand. Okay. Yep. And what about the celebration of Safer Internet Day 2025, the Malaysian edition, and the theme? Do we have a theme?
Yes, it is. And for everybody's information, so we celebrated the Safer Internet Day in Malaysia. For this year, we do on 11 February.
Okay.
But it's basically the second month of the year.
Okay.
And then the second day, the second week of the year as well.
Okay.
So which is like today.
Right.
It just like for today it's very special because it's like coincide with the global celebration as well on the 11th of February.
You're talking about 200 over countries.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Okay.
And then the theme, the theme for this year is about digital trust, building a resilient community.
Right.
So digital trust is something that is very, very important, especially when this is how we are living our world today, our life today. It's all through digital, right?
Okay.
And then we need to have that trust in that space, in that environment, which is very much missing, that causes lots of other issues, like people being scammed, people being bullied and things like that. Because, you don't have that ethics and, responsible use, and therefore there's no trust. There is kind of a digital deficit or trust deficit in that space.
Okay, and as you were saying just now, the scams are one part of it, and the other one is the cyberbullying part. It has affected, many people,
It is,
and until it leads to things that are unwanted, or should I say, you don't want to get into that area. So it's so much damaging that can be caused if you do not have ethics and you do not have responsibility when you get onto the World Wide Web.
Very true.
All right, so there you go. What we're going to do right here is take a short break here. Once again, it is Safer Internet Day. This is the Malaysian edition. Safer Internet Day 2025 celebrated. The first time when it was celebrated was in 2010, and it's 15 years celebrated every year. But this time around, with all the initiative that has been done, and of course teaching the public on how to be a little ethical and a little responsible when you get onto the World Wide Web. Now, just to let our listeners know, we happen to be on our social media platforms. We are on TikTok and YouTube also, right? And definitely it is TRAXXfm official. But on Facebook, we have Facebook Live, that is TRAXXfm. So get onto our social media platforms. Probably if you have questions here that you would like to ask, well, you can go ahead and start putting it into the thread. And we probably will have one to answer those questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead. Once again, TikTok and YouTube, it is TRAXXfm official, and on our Facebook Live, it is TRAXXfm. And talking to one Roshaimi bin Wan Abdullah, who's the Chief Technology Officer of CyberSecurity in Malaysia. And remember today's special interview, Safer Internet Day 2025, the Malaysian edition. It's myself, Gilbert, here together with my producer, Zam, wishing you a very good morning. Back in a bit after this short song break. Stay tuned. Good morning. Hi there. This is Gilbert here. It is Momentum on the 11th of February. Now, besides the celebrations of Thaipusam, and for those of you who are having a holiday, it is also another important day, especially for those of you who just love surfing the web. While Safer Internet Day 2025, the Malaysian edition, which is celebrated today, the 11th of February. And we have a very special interview here with our guest in the studios. And he is Wan Roshaimi bin Wan Abdullah, who is the Chief Technology Officer of CyberSecurity Malaysia. Safer Internet Day 2025. Today, Tuesday, and we have a very special theme which we were talking to our guest earlier on, and he did say which is building a resilient community, and that's the theme for those of you who just happen to be tech savvy and you always like to surf the net and things like that. While the awareness of being an ethical and responsible user. That's what Cybersecurity Malaysia is emphasizing on today's topic, Safer Internet Day 2025, the Malaysian edition. And Wan, welcome back.
Yes.
Okay, we had a beautiful chat just now here. Thank you so much, Wan, for all those info
You're
and
welcome.
details. Wan, diving into our questions here, as we did let our listeners know what is Safer Internet Day, the objective, and then you also had when it was first celebrated here in Malaysia, it was in 2010. But remember, just to give you a little highlight here, it is annually celebrated on the second day, the second week, and the second month. Just like as I said, February, today the 11th of February, and it's celebrated across 200 over countries. It was first introduced, that was back in 2004. It's an initiative of the European Union, and Brussels, Belgium in 2004. That was the first time when they initiated something like this. And then in Malaysia, 2010. So there you go. Just to give you a little highlight on our interview today and our topic, which is Safer Internet Day 2025. One, how does the theme, which is building a resilient community, now how does the team contribute towards a secure digital landscape?
Okay, so the theme, the digital trust, building a resilient community. So the vision of the celebration is actually to empower every Malaysian to navigate the digital landscape with confidence.
Okay.
It is to ensure the existence of a community where trust, safety, and ethical online behavior will be the foundational values that they have.
Okay.
So there will be three goals in as part of this this year's celebration, or how we celebrate the day. The first one is to increase the digital fluency. I think we talked about digital literacy, several years back. So hopefully by now we are more fluent in digital fluency.
Right.
So this is to educating the public on safe online practices and the importance of digital trust. And second one is about promoting cybersecurity awareness. This is to increase the awareness of cybersecurity threats and how can we address them, and also to foster the engagement with the community. This is part of the initiative, how can we build a resilient community. So we need to have programs and whatnot with the community as well.
Right. So that's creating awareness is very important. What are the cybersecurity issues that can be linked to the current situation?
Okay, this is very, very interesting. As part of cybersecurity's statistics that we have,
Right.
For your information, on a daily basis, we on our Cyber 999 platform, we receive calls or emails about any cyber incidents. And for 2024, we received more than 6,000 incidents as of last year.
Okay.
And out of this 6,000 being reported, most of them is about fraud. And when I said fraud, it's all about the online scam. All the scams in the online, with it investment scam, love scam, and whatnot.
Right.
And this has become one of the key challenges that everybody is facing. And one of the reasons why this day is important for people to know is that we want to increase awareness. How do we deal with all these issues? So fraud is number one, and of course, and we talk about public at large. Mostly it's about online scammers and whatnot.
Right,
but if you're coming from an organization point of view, there will be issues like phishing emails. There'll be, right? I'm sure most
I've seen a lot of that.
Exactly. And then the challenge about phishing email these days is because now is more AI driven as well. So people are using AI to
make it look real.
very, very real.
Right.
And there's no reason for anyone to fall prey into that, right?
Yes.
And so that's a challenge. And how can we, educate people to, put extra measures? What are things that you can do or you cannot do as part of preventing this? So I would say the online fraud thing is one of the challenges that everybody is facing, being we as citizens or digital citizens. And of course, being people at work, we are exposed to all this phishing email, business email compromise,
Right.
and we talk about ransomware as well. I mean, it's part of the malware that has, it's been everywhere, not only in Malaysia, it's actually
Everywhere.
affecting
Yeah.
Globally. Yeah.
All right. Just to let you know, to our listeners, we happen to be on our social media platforms, TikTok and also on YouTube, which is TRAXXfm Official, and also on Facebook Live, it is TRAXXfm. So if you have any questions that you would like to put on to us, go ahead, please do so. Get involved with our conversation, and one will be glad to answer them at his level best. Now, moving on to more of our questions here. Now, what are the impacts and steps that need to be taken to address the challenges that probably we face these days?
Yeah. So just now we talk about the challenges and issues, right? We talk about online scam. We talk about all this phishing and whatnot.
And things like
so
this, yeah.
we need to actually create an environment where it is safe and trusted.
Okay.
And if we fail to actually do this, will be impacting we as a person.
Right.
We will be losing our data.
Mm-hmm.
And as a company, if you talk about company being impacted, you may lose some of this confidential data.
Right.
All this trusted information. And if you talk from, it's a very high level perspective, it eventually may impact in the economy per se as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because digital is a very big business these days.
Right.
So we have to ensure that we are creating that environment that is safe,
Okay.
trusted, and safer for everyone.
Right. That's why CyberSecurity Malaysia creates these awareness, not just here in radio, television, every medium that they can get. And this is to let everybody know on how to be a little ethical and responsible user. But besides that, also to be safe when you get onto the World Wide Web.
That's very true.
Very important there. What are the incidents, reports or cases of cyber threats and attacks, and where can an individual make their report or lodge a report if something has happened to them?
That's right. So we go with the Cyber 999, where this is our cyber incident response center.
Okay.
So if anyone out there, if you're experiencing these so-called incidents that you can actually call, we have a number, 1-300 882-999. That's our Cyber 999 number.
Okay.
And then you can also email to cyber999@cybersecurity.my.
Okay.
We also have another mobile that's 24/7 by 019-266-5850. And for most people out there, we also have a mobile apps for Cyber 999 that you can also download it from App Store or Play Store.
Okay.
What you can get from this is that we produce regularly alerts and advisories that people can read this and then be more aware of such threats. And then if you happen to be the victim, there are steps that you can do. How can you prevent and contain or remediate this thing?
Okay, so that's very important. CyberSecurity Malaysia and the people behind it have worked tirelessly to make it a little bit more safe or aware for an individual. Okay, but keeping it away, I think it is a big challenge. So what we need to do is just be a little vigilant, be a little bit more aware.
That's very true. I think this talk or this challenge of being in the digital world, it is so huge, and everybody must play their role.
Right.
Everybody must play their part in order to build a safer and secure and trusted digital platform. And we in CyberSecurity Malaysia, we have programs not only for public at large, we have programs for the corporates, for the small and medium enterprises, and whatnot. So the idea is to ensure that we're living in a safer cyberspace.
So it's not just an individual, but also corporate companies, organizations, so on and so forth.
Very true.
All right, so there you go. As I said, they work tirelessly. And, one, just before we end our show, our special interview today, one, is there any message that you would like to convey through today's celebration, which is Safer Internet Day, celebrated today, the 11th of February?
Okay, so coming back to the theme for this year, Safer Internet Day, one of the message that is important is that everyone have to start building the digital trust.
Right.
We must have that foundation of using an awareness to use the digital platform responsibly and ethically. And we also must ensure that we are being equipped with of the right knowledge and the right skills in maneuvering our life in our digital space. I think the last but not least, I will go back to the first messages I talked in the beginning, that everybody must be responsible and ethical when they are using the digital world.
Yes. And for more info and for more details, do log on to the official webpage, which is www.cybersecurity.my.
Yeah, and for this one, in conjunction with the Safer Internet Day, we have hashtag Digital Malaysia Madani.
What was that again? One, could you just repeat it?
It's a hashtag Digital Malaysia Madani.
Hashtag Digital
Malaysia Madani.
Madani. So there you go. Very important if you'd like to get to know more about today, which is February 11th, and it is Safer Internet Day. Get on to the official webpage and also the hashtag.
Yeah, using the hashtag Digital Malaysia Madani for anything that you talk about, raising awareness, creating more, the do's and don'ts, and every practices, anything I talk about Safer Internet Day, you can use the hashtag.
Thank you so much.
There
you go. Our guest in the studio. Thank you so much to CyberSecurity Malaysia. And we are talking to our guest, who is Roshaimi bin Abdullah, the Chief Technology Officer of CyberSecurity Malaysia.
I have one. Can I say one?
Oh, yes.
It's another one that I think is very important as well. I want to announce because to all the listeners out there.
All right.
Because I think lately there has cases that we've been reported that people impersonating an officer from CyberSecurity Malaysia.
Oh, yes.
They have been calling people at large. Yes.
Okay.
And in fact, I myself have been called by one of them.
Can you imagine somebody from CyberSecurity Malaysia who calls the Chief Technology Officer of CyberSecurity Malaysia and tries to scam him?
That's correct. Yeah, it happened. But it's not successful, by the way, of course, right?
Okay, so this is something that we got to be watching out for.
That's correct. So I wanted to say that CyberSecurity Malaysia never will call you and then ask for your personal information. So if you happen to be receiving calls from people saying that I'm an officer from CyberSecurity Malaysia, please decline the call, and you can also report that to CyberSecurity Malaysia as well.
I like the way one said that just now. He is the Chief Technology Officer of CyberSecurity Malaysia, and he had somebody calling him and trying to scam him.
That's right.
That's the first. Okay. So responsibility and not forgetting ethical and yes, having more knowledge on all your scams and things like that. That's very important. So be a little vigilant out there. Thank you so much, Juan.
You're welcome.
All right. And I would like to thank my producer who took the initiative to be here in the studios on a public holiday. Thank you so much, Sam. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. But don't go anywhere because it's still good music and I'll be entertaining you right up till 2 o'clock this afternoon. 10 minutes approximately, and we have news on top of the hour. Do stay tuned. This is Gilbert here on Momentum, today's edition, the 11th of February. And happy holidays. Happy Safe Internet Day, yes, and not forgetting for Happy Thai Pusam. From all of us here at RTM, TRAXXfm. Stay tuned, back in a bit.